one of the arguments why people don't go to psychotherapy. I recently spoke with a friend who was telling me that some important things for social interaction were inaccessible to him. For example, flirt, make advances, enter into relationships that involve a range of different feelings and emotions, admit your guilt and ask for forgiveness, and not break off the relationship, avoiding these feelings. He said that he would really like to build normal relationships and, like ordinary people, perform ordinary actions leading to a certain result. In our dialogue with him, I saw a little boy of 8 to 9 years old, who was very hard and lonely. Who had wealth as a child, but was left to his own devices and constantly wanted to earn his father's love, to get at least a drop of his mother's attention. Due to circumstances, this was impossible. Not because the parents were tyrants and despots, but because the parents themselves were in wild instability and everyone tried to help themselves and take care of the child, at least financially. It became clear that it was hard for everyone then. A friend has turned to therapists more than once and is quite aware and understands what is happening, but still has not received an iota of satisfaction from the therapy process. And then I asked the question, why didn't he go to schema therapy? To which he listed a huge number of his fears, but most importantly, he said, I'm not ready to accept myself as so insignificant. It's very difficult and scary for me. Now I have absolutely no resource to dig up this G. These phrases really touch me. After all, you get the feeling that you are standing naked in front of a therapist, and the therapist is throwing knives at you with the words, you are worthless, accept this. You are silly. You are useless. Look at what you've become, you idiot. Etc. It turns out that all this time he went to therapy in order to accept himself as his inner critic paints him. The therapist and the therapy itself are a kind of duel for him. He expects his ideas about how terrible he is to be supported. But is this exactly what a little boy needs? We can be adults and serious people, but behave as in our childhood, in triggering situations. We have not learned to react differently, we did not have this experience as children. And we are frozen, and our defense mechanisms are outdated and not suitable for adults and independent people. With this article, I did not want to say that my friend's therapists are not professionals. The therapies are just different. And it happens that the approach itself may not satisfy the client's emotional needs. And clients conclude that therapy is useless and very painful. In schema therapy, the therapist is a substitute parent figure. And first, we carefully embrace the client, giving the opportunity to gain this experience and satisfy emotional needs. And then slowly, let us out of our embrace so that the client learns to fly on his own.